the most successful in terms of publicity value, if nothing else, 9/11 was executed with box cutters, which are hardly state-of-the-art technology. And sometimes I wonder if this thing we have about, oh, make sure they don't get a nuke, make sure they don't get...
What we try and do in the book is try and say that terrorism has changed. It's a new era of terrorism. There's a few academic names for it. High, low, technological. We like the one complex terrorism. Now, you brought up a good point about box cutters. And the reason it was first called high-low terrorism is because you were utilizing technology which is low, which is available, and you're getting a high kill count from it. So there's a ratchet effect. It's dangerous because of two things. First of all, you're right, no exotic weapon was used in 9/11 with the exception of an exotic tactic. You know, they took an airplane and they used it as a missile. They used coordinated simultaneous strikes. They saw the weakness in the infrastructure, mainly how to get into the airports. And yeah, it was a very primitive way of in a way hijacking that. You didn't need a gun. And as a result of applying simply new thinking with the existing infrastructure that we've got, you can get a huge, huge strike. And in the old days, you couldn't really. So it takes two things. It takes the development of weapons technology in concert with tactical developments. And what terrorists do is they learn from each other, and they also learn from mistakes. So if something screws up, you know, they'll modify the plan and they'll do it again until it works. They're very patient.
But and that's almost written into their business plan, because you've got it. It's like we know that we're going to fail a lot of the time, but we will learn from every mistake, and we will keep marching forward. And so, I mean, it's not like they didn't try to blow up the World Trade Center once before, because they did.
Yeah. You see, Bridget, I think it was Bridget of the Bader-Meinhof group, said it best. And she said, you know, you guys have to be right all the time, and we just have to be right once. And it took Germany about 25 or 30 years to get rid of that thing. And that's the problem with the Al-Qaeda group today, is that, you know, everyone's surprised when we go, you know, it's going to take 50 or 100 years to settle this down. Well, that's based upon these smaller groups that it took, 25, 30 years to do. Another problem is that religion is very, very potent. Communism was too, but there's a big difference. Communism was an incredibly portable philosophy. You can take it and put any grievance into it, and it gives you a blueprint of what to do about it. You know, fill in the blank, and Lenin's got a script for you, 24 volumes. So I mean, that's bad enough. But the thing that makes religion so different is that it deals with the life today, and it also deals with the hereafter. Communism is an atheist philosophy, so it ends when you die. But a religion is all-encompassing, and that is just like nitroglycerin, because that is ideal for abuse.
The thing that drives me crazy about the war on terror right now is that one of the goals of terrorism is to create, it's in the name, terror. And governments are managing to make us terrified, like we've been terrified since 9/11, basically.
It's actually been officially put as CT fatigue. I don't know if there's anything you can do with it. That one of the big problems is that, if you write a book like this and something doesn't blow up tomorrow, you look like you've tried Wolfram Made It Up or something, and people look out the window and the sun is shining. Yeah, and it was shining on September 11th too. I mean, it was a bright day. But this stuff can happen. And after they started, perfecting new methods, was in Beirut in the early 80s, the consequences are huge, huge casualty counts. And before, maybe the public could sort of deal psychologically with like 1 or 2 kidnappings or a bomb blowing up the Eaton store, something like that. But when you take out that many people at once, the public then goes, they demand that all of a sudden you build a police state, because, hey, protect us. That's your job, isn't it? When September 11th has happened, I said to a friend, I said, the United States, in a way, was lucky that it had camps in Afghanistan to take out. What happens if there's no clear line and a second massive strike happens in North America? And then people go, well, what are you doing to protect us? The danger is that to look like they're giving the proper reaction is that they'll do something stupid that will cause other ramifications.
The book is Terror Threat, International and Homegrown Terrorists and Their Threat to Canada. I'm speaking with the author Dwight Hamilton, along with Costas Rimsa, and Terror Threat is published by Dundurn.